I have a confession to make. I'm actually not good at Minecraft. Even though I've been a Minecraft YouTuber for like 6 years now, that doesn't mean I'm good at the game. The only reason I can survive so long in hardcore worlds is because of these guys right here. Totems of Undying are the only reason, I'm alive. One of the key essential things you need at the beginning of any successful hardcore world is a raid farm. A raid farm helps you get lots of emeralds, lots of XP, but most importantly, a lot of Totems of Undying. And I've only got 3 of them right here. Since I would like to do a lot of things that will probably get me killed in the future, I think a raid farm's a good place to go so that I don't actually lose this world. Now, for any successful raid farm, you actually want to make it in the middle of an ocean, and the middle of an ocean has to be 7 chunks away from any piece of land. So, before we even start this raid farm, we have to find a suitable piece of real estate. An easy thing we can do is just turn our render distance to 7 chunks like this, and bam! We can easily find some areas that have no land within 7 chunks. So, from all of our massive landscaping operations, we should hopefully have most, if not all of the resources we need to make this raid farm, but I'll probably end up needing a couple things. So why don't we gather what we know we have and put everything into some shulker boxes and see what we still need. Now, I've made some pretty lightweight, small starter raid farms in the past, but I've never built like an actual big, beefy raid farm. So today I would like to make an absolutely massive raid farm, which will get me more totems, emeralds, and XP than I would ever need in my entire life. Okay, we're actually missing more than I thought, so how about we go collect everything we need? Okay, I want to make myself a bubble elevator, so I need magma blocks, and I also need some soul sand. Okay, here we have both. Perfect. Okay, we acquired both. Let's head back to the overworld. Alright, so let's fly back to the ocean area and make a little platform because I think we have everything we need. So there are designs for massive stackable raid farms, but if I'm being honest, those are really just overkill and flashy for no reason. There's realistically no reason why I would ever need a raid farm that produces that much, and so making something like that is just wasting my time and resources. So I think our best bet is to make a pretty standard but efficient and awesome raid farm design, but then we also built some additions to make the whole thing just a little bit better. Okay, so right here I'm more than 7 chunks away from every piece of land, so this is a perfect spot for a raid farm, right in the middle of the ocean. I'm going to build myself just a tiny bit of a platform to stand on. If you've watched me for a while, I'm going to make a pretty standard raid farm design that I normally make, and I'll put my shulker boxes here, and our bed. So a lot of people ask why we add these boats to this raid farm design sometimes, and that's because these boats actually help to catch Vexes. Frequently, Vexes will spawn during a raid and try to kill you, and they're pretty dang powerful. It only takes a few hits to die. I've seen a lot of hardcore Minecraft YouTubers lose their world to Vexes, and so the boats just sort of catch them and prevent most of them from hitting you, although sometimes a few slip through the cracks. Okay, well, we pretty much have the entire raid farm finished. The whole thing is honestly super easy to make, and it doesn't take a lot of time at all, or a lot of resources. It's a fairly simple design. So even though that was quick, what we were about to do next will take a lot longer. We now have this little thing here, and this is where our villager is going to go. The only issue is I don't really see a village anywhere near here. The closest village to this raid farm is my village all the way on the other side of this zoo. So here's what we're going to have to do. We have to pick a Y level which we can safely travel flat across and just build a giant platform going straight from the villagers all the way on top of my zoo, all the way past the rocket farm to the raid farm. So this is going to take a while, but I'm just going to use dirt. It's pretty easy. And instead of doing an automatic minecart rail system, I can simply use a boat, and that way I don't have to have stacks of minecarts and also break them. Doing this usually takes a while, but it'll be worth it for a raid farm that will give us unlimited totems, which will pretty much make us, in combination with our netherite armor, indestructible in hardcore Minecraft. Okay, so I'm literally just gonna have to take all the dirt I have and make a giant pathway. This is probably gonna take a lot of dirt. Thankfully, I have a lot left over from excavating this entire zoo. Okay, so right here at Y level 88, this is a Y level lower than my villager breeder. And the reason we need it lower than our villager breeder is because when using a boat with a villager in it, you can go down blocks pretty easily. You can't go up any higher. So we're gonna start at this Y level, and I guess we're just gonna make a giant bridge that goes all the way to the farm. Please pray for me, this is gonna take forever. Alright, that actually took a lot less dirt than I thought. We pretty much only just need a straight shot from the villager breeder all the way to the ocean here. I don't have to actually build a path to the villager breeder itself, because all we have to do is take the villager in the water with us, and then we can break the boat once we get right over here where he needs to be. So let's go back to the village, grab our villager, and hopefully this thing works. I also need to find a pillager outpost, but that's a problem for another time. I know this raid farm's going to be great, but I hate how slow-moving villagers around is. At least we get a nice view of everything we've built as we move at a snail's pace to the raid farm. Ah, we've made it! Alright, that actually didn't take too long. It's just going to be a little bit of a challenge making this villager accepted the job. Oh gosh, I'm really hoping this works. Okay, so if he's not stupid, which he probably is looking at his face, he should come up on land all on his own. You can't go that way. Yep, okay, you're almost there. Let me see, can I do this? Oh, there we go. Okay, come here. Look, a composter, just for you, buddy. Go up. Do you want the composter? Right there. Yeah, he shook his head. You see it? Do you see it? Gosh, these guys are so frustrating. Let me just take away all his options of movement and make it so that he can only go to the composter. Okay. You're super close. We're almost there. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Go in. Yes, we got him. Okay. I'm gonna keep him protected. He will spend his whole life inside of there, but that's okay. He'll be very happy. Ugh, it's always so frustrating working with villagers, I swear. Okay, so with the villager now finalized and safe in his little space, we should be able to come back here with the bad omen effect, and a raid should hopefully start all on its own if we did everything correctly. Now, I've made this design a few times, and I've only messed it up once. Oh, I forgot the water was there. So we should be a-okay. Looking at the redstone, everything looks correct, so I'm hoping we'll be fine. Ooh, let's check this out. Yeah, I didn't want to spend 3 hours looking for a pillager outpost. I just used chunk base to show me the coordinates of one. But it's not too far from our base at all. Alright, so we just need to find one of those pillagers carrying the flag on its back. And after we slay him, we should get the bad omen effect, and then we can start a successful raid. Let's see what kind of loot is in here, though. I'm curious. Hopefully there's some good loot. Usually it's nothing great, though. Yeah, nothing too good. Finally! Oh, I've been here like 10 minutes! Okay, so I have to make sure I fly straight to the raid farm and not over any other villages. Now, even just with Bad Omen 1, we should still get some pretty good drops. If you didn't know, for each pillager you kill with that little flag on his back, you increase the level of Bad Omen you get, and as the level of Bad Omen increases from 1 to 5, the raids get harder, or they sometimes have more waves in them. This big snowy mountain definitely has an ancient city underneath it. Now, simply flying close to the raid farm should trigger it to start, so fingers crossed it works. I never know, it's always nerve-wracking because I spend a lot of time making this and I really hope it works. Okay, I think it's working. Well, it definitely works. In fact, there were so many pillagers, most of them were dying on their own because they couldn't all fit. And it looks like the boats have successfully caught the Vexes, which are my least favorite mob in this game. So, we go back down. We don't have to go back down all the way, that's why we created this little water system, but another raid starts and we can just keep going. The only thing I still need, though, is I need a little chest here with milk buckets, just to make sure I can get rid of the bad omen effect whenever I'm done. But just from one raid, our drops look pretty good. We got 4 totems of undying and half a stack of emeralds. So that means just 2 raids, which takes like a minute of my time, should give me around a stack of emeralds, which is actually pretty insane drops. I only have looting 2 on my sword as well. If I had looting 3, those drops might be even higher. So yeah, here's the second raid done, and we actually have a stack and a half of emeralds. And we finally now have our unlimited source of totems, because this is gonna be great. Now I can just, you know, it doesn't even matter. I can just throw them off the edge. And you know what? I have as many as I want, so it's no big deal. Do have to be careful though, because whenever I leave the raid farm, I still have the bad omen effect. Okay, let's do this. Kill this, and milk this. Well, there we go. We successfully have a raid farm, which gives us a ton of XP, a ton of totems, and a ton of emerald. The emeralds will be great to make a super sophisticated and large villager trading hall. The XP will be great because it'll act as a nice XP farm, just like our Enderman farm. And most importantly, after just a few raids, we will have more totems than we even know what to do with, because we won't need that many. Here's what I'm gonna do. Let's go in our ender chest and grab a shulker box. And we will dye it yellow, because this will represent our totem of undying, the shulker box. I usually carry around an ender chest full of shulker boxes with all the different materials I usually use in my world. So I will have a yellow shulker box dedicated to totems, a gold shulker box dedicated to golden carrots, which is usually my endgame food source, maybe a red shulker box for our firework rockets, and then usually 1 or 2 shulker boxes dedicated to iron blocks, which usually act as all my beacons that I create around my world. So we are slowly but surely coming up in this world, and it only took me 499 days to make a raid farm. But hey, we're almost at day 500, which is pretty dang cool. Here we go. Look at that. Oh, that's beautiful. I'll also put the emeralds in here just for now, because I don't really have anything to do with them. Now we have to break this entire dirt platform. Let me actually start at this end. So we're going to break this dirt path, and then once we're done, we are going to add a few additions to our raid farm to make it much bigger and better. Everything we could ever want in a raid farm. Okay, so let's go make the first 2 additions to our raid farm. Okay, so first I want to add 2 little spaces up here. So first on this side, I'm going to put a little platform, and this can house a chest, which then has milk buckets. And then on this side, I want to have space for 2 lava buckets, and this will just be an area for us to throw away all the drops we don't care about. Now, I could take my time to make an item sorter, but honestly, just going like this, really doesn't take that much time, except when I throw my netherite pickaxe in there. Oh, that made me nervous. But yeah, that's pretty easy. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is encase that little platform around the raid farm. The reason I want to do this is because in case I ever spend a considerable amount of time there farming resources, I want my little area to be caved in and safe, just so I don't die. Although we can't leave this area like this because unfortunately, mobs will spawn. And when I say mobs, I mean the raid itself. And I didn't exactly consider that when I was building this, so let me move these blocks and make it out of slabs instead. Okay, this is actually better because now the lava is more accessible. I don't really need this platform here because I can easily just fall in the water if I fall, but it'll be nice just to have it. Okay, well, this definitely is not the prettiest thing I've ever built. But the main reason I wanted this is just to be careful with Vexes. Now, Vexes can get in here and I can easily just get out. But also for phantoms, in case I ever spend a considerable amount of time in here, I don't want them to be able to get me. I don't plan on doing it anytime soon, but in the future, I might potentially use an auto clicker and just AFK at this raid farm for a long time. And I can just fill up the different chests with emeralds so that we can only collect emeralds, and I might use that as an emerald farm in the future. Okay, well, with our new unlimited supply of totems, let's test them out. I actually really like this spruce village in the middle of these mountains here. This is really cool. But anyways, I'm at this giant snowy mountain again for one reason and one reason only. Whenever you have a giant mountain like this, there is frequently an ancient city right underneath. And all you have to do is dig straight down to get to it. The reason I want to check out this ancient city is because I haven't been in one before in this world because we haven't really had the totems. But I want to see if we can get Swift Sneak 3 from one of these chests. And there was a creeper right above me, wasn't there? Oh gosh. Oh gosh, no! I was just gonna try to dig down fast enough to see if I could have it just die when it came to me, but Good thing we have these totems. But yeah, I really want Swift Sneak 3 because it's honestly one of my favorite enchantments Minecraft has ever added. Frequently when I'm building, I'm sneaking to make sure I don't fall off a ledge, and Swift Sneak makes it so that I can sneak pretty much at my sprint speed, making building a heck of a lot faster. And for some of the mega base projects I have coming up, I'm gonna be doing a lot of building. Plus, you can get a lot of really good items from the chests within here. Oh. I accidentally set off a shrieker, so that means we're close. Okay, I set it off a second time. Can we please come in a cave here? Ancient cities spawn at much lower Y levels, so hopefully I don't spawn a warden right here. Let's be very careful with the little bit of sound we do make. Oh, in my Twitch streams, we've been raiding a lot of ancient cities lately, and it seems like per ancient city, I get about 3 to 4 enchanted golden apples. So if you want a lot of enchanted golden apples to survive your hardcore world, I really recommend you try exploring ancient cities. Even though there's a diamond over there, I think I just have to slowly walk away from this shrieker. Let's keep venturing down to a lower Y level. Well, I did find a dungeon. Okay, that's kind of cool. Anything good in here? Well, some golden apples, I'll take them. Let's see if we can find this ancient city. Ah, here we are. So ancient cities are pretty scary and hard to navigate. However, if you just fly around fast enough with an elytra, you're usually okay and won't spawn a warden. If you do spawn a warden, you can hopefully get out fast enough with your rockets. Oh, and perfect, Swift Sneak 3, just what I wanted. I'll still try to check out the rest of the chests while we're here. Very quiet and very careful. I did find myself a very good hoe though, which is something I never thought I'd say. Now there is a couple shriekers up here, so we're just gonna get this chest and ooh, we're gonna get out. See ya. I actually don't think I spawned a warden. I think I still have 3 more chances. So let's get the one in the middle here. This one always has a golden apple. There we go. Chest over there right next to a shrieker, so let's try this one. Well, we did it now. Let's get this chest really fast. I'm sorry, buddy. I love making myself nervous. Well, it was worth it because we now have 2 enchanted golden apples. I consider that a win. I don't remember, are these the chests? Yeah, these are the chests we already obtained. Let's try to get this one up here. Did I get this one? Yeah. See, even if you spawn a warden, as long as you fly away fast enough, you're a-okay. Hey, buddy. Come and get me, come on. You want to come and get me? Come and try. Oh, he did try. Well, we can relax. Oh, no we can't, there's another one. Where can I get out of here? Let's go up here. Well, the only other worthwhile loot in all of those chests was 2 more enchanted golden apples, but that's still pretty good because now we have a few. But nothing else was really worth my time, so let's get rid of these scary monsters and let's get away from them. And we'll head back to our base. Well, with that successful ancient city raid, I think that's going to be all for today's episode. This was really fun, and I'm glad we have a functional raid farm as well as a few additions to it that'll make our life a lot easier. I will AFK probably for a little bit before the next episode and just see how much loot we can get from that little farm, which seems to produce a ton of loot. But if you guys enjoyed, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. I really appreciate it. My name is JWhisp, and I will hopefully see you guys all in the next video.